didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought, but you know what?
I'm going to say the same stuff I keep saying.
No, you're not television. That's what I said. Sit him down. That way you won't leave right away. I'm kidding.
It takes, it takes selflessness. It takes A.J. Brown knowing that and Devontae Smith knowing they can go for 100 each game, but we have Saquon that's going for it. So you take selflessness. And that's what the excitement is when you make a play. The selflessness, the not wanting. These guys love each other. Love is the key to this team. They don't want to let each other down. They'll fight for each other. They'll play hurt for each other, and that's awesome. That's the best part about being on a team, and it took everybody.
Well, these guys will jump in a minute. You've said even recently, we really don't care how we win.
Yeah.
Barkley had. Oh, what's wrong with him? He only had whatever it was, 57 yards rushing, and you wanted a blowout. Proof and pudding.
Well, obviously, when you put the resources in to take away Saquon, there's other things open up, and so that's what we say. We don't care how we win, and we don't care about anyone's opinion of how we should win. We just want to win. And like Jalen said, just because we weren't winning a certain way doesn't mean we can't. We didn't need to. Tonight we did. We needed to. And that's where you tune out the noise, you tune out everything, and you just focus on how you're going to win each and every week, and how you're going to get better each and every week.
Well, tonight you look pretty darn good. You got better. Boog, Alex?
Coach, how satisfying was this for you? Throughout the season, there was scrutiny in Philadelphia, even from your own fans. Yeah. But tonight, you're a world champion. How satisfying is it for you personally?
When you have criticism and when you have adversity, I'm grateful for that because it helps you get better. If you embrace the adversity, it helps you get better. And so and really just doubling down on the things you know are true and not really caring about the opinions of others and doubling down on the things that you know are true. In our case, is tough, detailed together, how we get better, how do we get better at that? And I said to somebody already, is like, what a great example for that I'm going to be able to do for my kids when they're going through struggles on social media or in the world, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to be able to look back on this year. So I'm grateful for the adversity because the adversity makes you who you are. I can think back in my entire life of that. And so embrace the adversity, work your butt off, and, do it how you know how to do it. Even if you're not the vision of what people think you should be, you got to lead the way you know you need to lead.
Absolutely.
How do you get that? Go back to this whole thing. How do you get guys like this? This guy's a dog on the outside to buy in to a different formula, right? To check their ego. Jalen, Devontae, like all these guys check their ego. Like I know you kind of brushed over that. That's hard. That's rare in professional football. And obviously it paid off and it worked. But like, can you talk about that process?
Well, it takes special people with good heart. This guy is one of the best people in the NFL. One of the best however you say that. I don't know. I'm not using right. But one of the best people in the NFL. Yes. He's selfless. Yeah, he wants the ball because he knows he can change the game every time he touches the ball, as you saw tonight. But he's a world champ forever, and we can't be world champs without him. And you know what? He missed a couple games this year. He would have had 1,400 yards again, even if we were in the run-heavy team. And so Devontae, Jalen, we have selfless guys, and that's just the work of you putting into team over and over again. But you cannot get better as a team unless you have good people, and we got good people. Great football players, great people.
When did you guys know? Okay, they'll probably sell out to do the best against our running back.
Last week.
Yeah. That's the thing every single week. We know we have a special running back, a special running game, and we just know we just got to be ready. Be ready to answer the call and make plays when our number's called.
Talk about Jalen. Both of you guys can. Obviously, Howie Roseman was up here, and he'll be back, and he made a few key moves these last few years. It's all paid off. Talk about Jalen in his eyes when the championship game, I thought he threw the ball the best he had in 2 months. Yeah. Tonight, he topped that.
Yeah.
Tell me how you know from the first pass he throws, we got one of those games out of him. How do you know?
Jalen said it. Jalen said it earlier. Just because I said this earlier, right? Just because you're not winning a certain way doesn't mean you can't. And so we knew it was there. We knew we had the players there. We knew we had Kellen did a great job calling it. And, we knew the guys that we had. You sell out to stop the run, we can pass. You sell out to stop the pass and play too high to keep a shell over him, we can run. And that's why you need selfless people.
From a schematic standpoint, you knew when they were going to come down and crowd the box. Sure. How excited is it to know that's going to happen and we got one-on-one on the outside?
I'm so happy, and because they have a really good cornerback over there, Trey McDuffie.
Yeah.
And they trust him. And that's all I want in the defensive coordinator, to trust your number one, to give me that one-on-one. And they load the box. And I'm just trying to just make plays and stay ready. I get so excited. I'm so excited, but I just try to just go over my details really quick and just stay locked in and make the play.
I've been studying receivers for a long time. Nobody's better at one-on-one coverage than this guy right here. It's incredible.
What was you guys' mindset getting ready for this defense, this Steve Spagnuolo defense? What did you guys anticipate, right, getting ready for? Certainly they can throw a lot at you, and then obviously the adjustments you made out here.
Exactly that, first and foremost, we had to be on the same page because he's going to force you to try not to be, right? And they got us a couple times, right? On the interception, they got us. We turned one free there, but be on the same page. Communication was going to be at an all-time high, and then be ready to adjust because with our experience, and then especially with Spag's defense, you're going to get things you don't expect you're going to get. And so we're going to have to be ready to adjust. We made a couple adjustments on it. Coaches did a great job of making some adjustments on the sideline. But those were the keys.
Speaking of coordinators, Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore, I mean, you got a couple good ones there, just making the change, going with those guys, and the impact that they had. Talk about those coaches a little bit.
Yeah, they're special coaches. I made my plea to the world in front of everybody, to Kellen, let's run this shit back one more time. Right?
Yeah. Something tells me that's not going to happen. Something tells me that's not happening.
But no, Vic, and I think the person that, everyone's going to talk about Vic and Kellen, and they should. They're unbelievable. But our special teams, Michael Clay's done such an unbelievable job all year. Again, going back to offense, defense, special teams, practice squad. You cannot be great without the greatness of others.
Yeah, can you guys talk about what this is going to mean to the city of Philadelphia? Again, to be back here again, to get the sweet revenge. I mean, not many teams have been able to do this, right? We went back, no quarterback. Jalen's the first quarterback since John Elway, right, to get Super Bowl revenge, right? What do you think this means? We saw pictures. Philly's going nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Mardi Gras moved up there, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it, AJ.
I just know it means everything.
Yeah.
They're yelling at you on the sideline when you're not playing good.
You two guys never heard that, did you?
No.
They're very passionate. The love, the support. I got fans with a whole book club section over there. And, it means the world to them. And I'm just so glad that we can get it done for the city of Philadelphia, man. This is home. This is the best place in the world. Philadelphia, we can't wait to get back to celebrate. This is very special.
We didn't want it to, that was the message last night. We don't want this to end. The only way this season to end, and the only way, I can't remember who said it, maybe it was you, AJ, but the only way this season doesn't end is if we get a parade and we get that ring ceremony back in Philly. And we said from the beginning, we knew we had a stretch at the end of a bunch of home games in a row. I think 4 out of the 5 were at home. And then we kept pointing over at the stadium all practice. I remember that, and then saying, hey, we're going to have to win some games here in January. And we ended up having to win 3, and you can't do that without special fans. Man, they're awesome. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. When they write the book on this year's Philadelphia Eagles, there'll be a whole lot of new members of that book club. Right?
For sure.
There's going to be a good cover, too.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be on the cover of it.
You know what you guys did. You overpowered the 2-time defending champions. You overpowered them.
I can't wait to watch NFL PrimeTime.
Well, guess what?
I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. I want the highlights. I don't want to hear myself. I want the highlights. I can't wait to watch it.
Well, let me give you the highlights. We'll get Howie up here in a minute. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
champ. Congratulations, AJ. Thank you
Big
very
time,
much.
man. Congrats, man.
Where did Howie go?
Congrats.
Is Howie gone
Congrats.
already?